Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm gonna do a classic rock reaction. This is Led Zeppelin, man. A song called Tangerine. And from what I'm gathering from a lot of you, this is a lot of their acoustic stuff. Side B of Led Zeppelin 2, side 2 of Led Zeppelin 3, rather. And yeah, I heard that the acoustic stuff is yet another dimension in this crazy ass rabbit hole that I'm about to encounter. So, looking forward to it, man. All right. Yo, before I get going, man, I want to give a shout out to Mojo Pin 1983. Mojo, thanks very much for the link, man. I appreciate it. And thank you, everyone, for your instructions on how to listen and how to kind of, get my mind set for a different shift from their blues to their acoustics. So, really, really good instructions on how to listen. I dig that. All right, man. Tangerine. Tangerine. Let's get it. Oh, I lost, hang on, man. I lost this shit. Oh, okay. There it is. The video's got a dead space.
Measuring the summer's day, I only find it slips away to gray. The hours they bring me pain. Tangerine, tangerine, living reflections from a dream. I was her love, she was my queen, and now 1,000 years between. Thinking how it used to be.
It's about lost love.
Does she still remember times like these? To think of us again, and I do.
Listen to that weeping guitar. That was excellent.
I was her love, she was my queen, and now 1,000 years between.
Now 1,000 years in between. Okay. That was it. Okay. Short but sweet. Tangerine. Yo. Hey man, sorry, there was a break in there. So I don't know if it was the video or the link, Mojo Pin. You sent me a botched link, brother. But yeah, yeah. Sorry about that, but yeah, man, I got the gist of the whole song there. Really, really awesome song. Damn. Getting into their acoustic stuff, man. Tangerine. So, yeah, the song is about lost love. He's reflecting on how things used to be. He wonders if his previous love thinks about the good times, certain times. Yeah, wow, what a great song, what a great reflective song. And I like the nice somber tone of the song. It doesn't crawl, but it goes at a slightly slower pace than most Led Zeppelin songs, I would say. And it really, really makes you focus, doesn't it? Focus and concentrate, more so than a lot of the other tunes. The lyrics was great, the harmony. I can tell that that's kind of like a overdubbing of Plant, but great harmony. It just puts you into a great mood, a great mindset. That was excellent. You know, they still had their signature sound in there. Not a lot of thunder. What is it? Light and shade, or whisper and shade, or something like that. I hear the phrase quite often. I should know it by now. But yeah, excellent tune, man. All right, really different, completely different from, of course, my genre of choice and that sort of thing. But you know what? Hey, a good song is still a damn good song, right? Okay. I'm just bringing up some Wikipedia song fact info. You know how I do, man. I'm gonna introduce the band a little and then get into a little bit of the song here, man. Alright, Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin were an English rock band formed in London in 1968. The group consisted of guitarist Jimmy Page, singer Robert Plant, bassist and keyboardist John Paul Jones, and drummer John Bonham. The band's heavy, guitar-driven sound has led them to be cited as one of the progenitors of heavy metal. Their style drew from a wide variety of influences, including blues, psychedelia, and folk music. After changing their name from the New Yardbirds, Led Zeppelin signed a deal with Atlantic Records that afforded them considerable artistic freedom. Although the group were initially unpopular with critics, they achieved significant commercial success. Led Zeppelin are widely considered one of the most successful, innovative, and influential rock groups in history. They are one of the best-selling music artists in the history of audio recording. Various sources estimate the group's record sales at 200 to 300 million units worldwide, with RIAA certified sales of 111.5 million units. They are the third best-selling band in the US. They were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1995. The museum's biography of the band states that they were as influential during the 1970s as the Beatles were during the 1960s. That last part just trips me out every time. They were as influential as the Beatles were during the 1970s. Man, what an accomplishment. You don't need any other accolades after that. That is a magnificent accomplishment to be remembered in that way. Okay, man. So Tangerine, the song. Tangerine is a folk rock song by English band Led Zeppelin. Recorded in 1970, it is included on the second side of Led Zeppelin 3. The plaintive ballad reflects on lost love and features strummed acoustic guitar rhythm with pedal steel guitar. Robert Plant would sometimes introduce this at concerts by saying, quote, "This song is for our families and friends and people we've been close to." It's a song of love at its most innocent stages, unquote. Yeah, excellent. At its most innocent stages. That very, very first love, you'll never forget that person, right? They hold that special place. The Yardbirds, with guitarist Jimmy Page, recorded an early version of the song in 1968 titled Knowing That I'm Losing You. Tangerine has been performed in concert by Led Zeppelin at different points in their career and has been recorded by other musicians. I'm interested in checking out the version done by the Yardbirds. Knowing That I'm Losing You. That'd be definitely, of course, a different sound, and I'm thinking of a difference between more so the singers. The contrast between Robert Plant and I believe it's Keith Relf would be almost night and day, man.
Spend your time, my love, crying through the clouds above, my love. Your tears will fall as rain. Measuring a summer's day, you'll only find it slips away to gray. The hours will bring you pain.
I'm gonna check that out. Okay, background. To develop material for a follow-up album to Led Zeppelin 2, Page and singer Robert Plant took a working holiday at Bronure, a rustic retreat in South Snowdonia, Wales. Bronure. I know that I'm botching that. I'm gonna hear about it, I'm sure. Plant in particular was inspired by the back to the land trends in Northern California and the British folk scene. Accompanied only by acoustic guitar, hand claps, and harmonica, the pair created tunes that served as the basis for several songs on Led Zeppelin 3 and later albums. So, question. So Led Zeppelin 3 isn't just their only offering of acoustic, folksy, unplugged kind of tunes. Where else in their catalog of albums will I encounter this sort of variety? Let me know what particular albums. So 1, 2, 3. So there's 6 more albums left to go, man. Damn. Although written earlier, Tangerine reflects this rural sensibility. Other earlier influences include songs recorded at Mickey Most's Donovan sessions when John Paul Jones and Page were studio musicians. Led Zeppelin recorded the song at Headley Grange, Headley, East Hampshire, using the Rolling Stones mobile studio. The song was engineered and later mixed by Andy Johns at Olympic Studios in London. Why does this song fade to silence a few seconds in? Okay, that wasn't a blip, or it wasn't the source. Okay, so this was a part of the actual audio. Okay, okay. Yo, Mojo Pin, I take that back. Apologies, brother. I thought you sent me a botched link. Okay. Jimmy Page explained when previewing the song for Melody Maker in 1970, quote, "That's commonly known as a false start. It was a tempo guide, and it seemed like a good idea to leave it in at the time. I was trying to keep that tempo down a bit. I'm not so sure now it was a good idea. Everybody asks what the hell is going on," unquote. Okay. A false start. Okay. Good to know. Hey, at least you are attempting to include different things, mix things up, experiment, change things, step out of your comfort zone and push the envelope. Very, very few are probably willing to do that, especially once you've got a winning formula of Led Zeppelin 1 and 2, and redoing some of the blues and some of that Hammer of the God stuff, and then you're going into this and trying new innovative things. Yo, man, I give you props for even looking in that direction. So, hey, leave that false start in. It tripped me out at first, but I get it now. Okay. Release and influence. Tangerine was issued as an album track on Led Zeppelin 3 on the 5th of October 1970 in the US and the 23rd of October 1970 in the UK, and quickly went to number 1 on the album charts. It was included on the LP record's second side, which featured more acoustic and folk influenced tunes. Oh yeah, man. By the way, Gallows Pole, yo, that so far is in my top 5 favorite Led Zeppelin tunes. Hands down, in my top 5. That was a masterpiece, masterful work, man. Okay. See, I got distracted. I lost my damn way. It was included on the LP record's second side, which featured more acoustic and folk influenced tunes. During Led Zeppelin's 1971 to 72 tours, they regularly performed the song, and recordings appear on several bootleg albums. This was the second Led Zeppelin song named after a fruit, Tangerine. The Lemon Song was the first. Yes, the Lemon Song, right? Yeah. The Lemon Song. So that subject matter wasn't about no damn fruit. It was, he was really singing about his appendage. Hilarious, man. That song was a trip too. Yeah, so The Rock, the wrestler, uses strudel to reference his appendage. Well, Robert Plant uses a lemon to reference his. Why not? Yeah. Why not? All right. So, yeah, man, that was excellent. Very, very different from, of course, their, I guess at this point it would be considered their standard sound, but very, very innovative on their part. And the lyrics are excellent, but very, very simple, which is nice. Nothing crazy, but it's just everything surrounding it that makes it so compelling. Lyrics. So, yeah, thinking how it used to be. Does she still remember times like these? To think of us again. And I do. And then from there, the instrumentals wrap themselves around that, and you got that weeping guitar coming in. Man, that just took me off somewhere at that point. That guitar coming in just putting an exclamation point on what you just heard. Fantastic stuff, man. Fantastic. Yeah, I mean, the acoustic stuff here that they're attempting to do really showcases their skills and their willingness to try new things. I understand that some people don't like change, a shift from what they heard from the first two albums, and then going in this new, different, untested direction might have been a shock to the system for some people. But hey, if you have shown me two back-to-back albums that you're capable of all of this great thunder, and now you're going in a different direction, fantastic, great for you, because I know that down the road you're probably going to go back to the Hammer of the God sound, which is your signature, but you're trying new things. I'm sure that there's a lot of people who had that open-mindedness to this particular album. I've heard in the past that it was highly criticized. Now, was it highly criticized by fans, or was it by critics themselves? And interestingly enough, in all of this reading, I didn't encounter any critics tearing it up. So maybe it was a fan knee-jerk reaction thing. Let me know, was it more a fan-based criticism? Worried about, okay, we're losing that great signature sound from Led Zeppelin, and I don't like this acoustic direction, this folksy stuff? Or maybe the attitude was, there's enough people around doing folksy stuff. What do you got to go in that direction for? I can hear a lot of people saying stuff like that. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, they were pretty on it at the time. So maybe the criticism was maybe Led Zeppelin was trying to go in that direction because it was popular and they wanted a piece of that pie. I wonder what the criticisms were. I'm just kind of going off the top of my head of what some people would say. What you know how some people are where it comes to change. So maybe it's all of that. Let me know what the whole encompassing reaction was towards this album, or was it split right down the center? Yeah, that's interesting stuff. I didn't find that kind of pulp in the readings here. That's what I'm really after. Oh man, yeah, that weeping guitar though, it elevated the song for me. It took it from a really good folk sounding tune with Robert Plant's really nice vocals into this. It took me away. It took me in a far and away trip there for a minute. And I like the fact now that it was short and sweet. If it was long and extended, it might have lost that novelty and the charm. So maybe being short and sweet like this is what was recorded. Yeah, these guys know what they're doing. And also props too to them having the artistic freedom to be able to go in this direction. That deal with Atlantic Records really came in handy in regards to allowing this. I imagine that without such a deal for artistic freedom, we might not have be enjoying the acoustic side, the folksy side of Led Zeppelin. So a good on them for making a deal like that. And speaking of that deal, how did that deal come about? Was it a very open-minded embrace by Atlantic Records, or was it a crazy ass fight, a gritty fight to get this artistic freedom? Let me know what that was. I don't know the history of that, but I know they had Peter Grant as their manager, and he was a very tough, strong-willed negotiator, and he didn't take any shit, and he really protected his guys. So let me know, was there a crazy gritty fight, or was it just Atlantic was very open and just said, yeah man, let's allow you to do whatever it is that you want to do, because I know that whatever it is, it's going to be great in the end. Let me know how that came about. That's something that I'd be interested in. So I'm just scrolling down here, man, just to see if I've got any notes before I bounce. No, I don't have any notes, man. Yeah, well, this was excellent. I know that I imagine some people might not have liked it, might not still like it. Let me know what you think about Led Zeppelin 3 overall. Do you like it or do you not like it? And is it because of the folksy sound? Is it because they've strayed away a little bit from their thunder? I mean, there's enough thunder in the first on the first side between Immigrant Song and Out on the Tiles. But let me know what your take is on Led Zeppelin 3, what your feelings are now, especially if you're older and you were around when Led Zeppelin 3 came out. Has your feelings towards this album changed, or is it still the same? Did you love it right away? Did you hate it and now you love it? Let me know the evolution of your feelings towards the album. That'd be very, very interesting. What else do I have to say? Yeah, the only thing I have to say is that along the course of listening to this and reading through, I go through this process where I take some tunes and then I play it for my dad. And of course, he recognizes all of these old blues songs and stuff. He's probably going to recognize familiar sounds with the folk and all of that sort of thing too. He's got a vast array of songs that he likes, but I don't know how he will take this folksy acoustic sounding stuff. I've never seen. So in my mind's eye, I was visualizing playing a song like this for him and seeing what he'll say about it. I'm really interested to see. I know he likes the blues, the stuff that they've covered in the blues, but the acoustic stuff I'm not that sure of. So I'm really curious to see what his take is going to be. That was what I was thinking. Anyways, man, I hope you like my reaction for Tangerine. I think that it's excellent, and I really like that they were willing to take a chance and step out from what they were currently doing. It was gutsy, and I think that just that alone warrants some props and applause. So I'm looking forward to the next track. I'm not sure what the next track is. I think, I've got 2 more. No, actually, I'm going to say 4 more, because a lot of you have unanimously said to me that I should also include reactions to the 2 tracks that weren't included on the album. I guess there weren't any space. Hey Hey and sorry, it's another blues track. But I'm going to include those as well. I'm going to include those at the end. So we're looking at, I think, 4 more reactions before I'm done this album and go from there. So just to give you an idea of what I'm going to do about all that. So thanks, man. Thanks for joining me. Have yourselves a good day, and I'll catch you in my next Led Zeppelin 3 reaction. Peace.